So we're back down to a slower tempo, perhaps the slowest in the course. We have 47 beats per minute. When that's happening, it's all about playing with space. Of course, we're going to hit our chord tones, but it's very, very important that you respect the tempo and play with space and don't go running through it. So the one chord, we're just going to outline it with the 3s and 5s and shoot up to the flat 7. You know, we're starting to get used to, we're starting to build a vocabulary here of chord tones. So we should start seeing a lot of recurring ideas, but of course what separates these things is the phrasing. Play to the rhythm section. So when we get into the second bar, we got a quick to 4. We're just going to simply mark it with the 1 and 9 and land on flat 7, which will ring nice. And that sets up a big long bend that acts as a 5 for the 1 chord, which goes up a half step to be a sub, tritone sub, and it acts as a sharp 11 to it, and it sounds great over it. From there, it pretty much rides out the rest of the line. You know, that's your first 4 bars, aside from just a little indication that we're going somewhere. You know, with a simple flat 7 to 1, it's really all about getting to this 4 chord, which we're just shooting up to the 5. Catching that flat 7 and doing it again, going into bar 6. And that's it. That really clears you for the 4 chord. So let these chord tones do their job. They sound great. That's their job. Now we're going to play into the return of the 1 chord at bar 7. So simple bend, you know, from the flat 7 to the root and come down to the flat 3 as you're anticipating this. So that still jives over the 4 chord too. But you're going to slur the 3rd in from holding over that B flat. But you're only going to be there for a quarter note. You're going to use a sextuplet to run into bar 3 where we see the minor 7. We start this rise from G and we rise to A minor and B minor 7. So to set that up, we're just going to simply run up the A minor pentatonic scale, which we know is basically a minor 7 arpeggio with an added 4th degree. So it's all about that chord. Hold that for a half note and come down and catch the root to flat 3, B minor 7. It's a nice way to end the idea that happened in bar 7. So finishing off bar 8, we're going to just hit that B flat minor 7 with an obvious half step approach bend to the root. So very spacious here. It really just is getting right to the point and playing some key notes, not a lot of them, aside from the sextuplet, but that worked as a great, you know, exciting ascension into that climactic bend, you know, that served as a root for the chord. So we're going to come and round out to the last 4 bars here, the 3rd line. Off of that half step bend you played over B flat minor 7, let it come down a half step and bam! You can hear the rhythm section starting to pick up a little bit here because they're anticipating the C minor 7 that's coming in bar 10, which is, you know, definitely a candy chord, and we've never seen, you know, the 4 minor come at bar 10. So rhythm section's getting just as excited about it as you are. So here we are going along with those dynamics, just simply playing 1 and flat 3, and it's setting up for a nice, which is basically just a C minor 9 arpeggio. And aside from the 9 that's played here, it's all about minor 7 chord tones. 1, flat 7, 5, and then flat 3. And get down to that root. To usher in the last 2 bars, we have the 1-4, 1-5 turnaround. We're going to come in, we're going to revisit the original idea of how we got into this in the first bar with a 3 to 5 slide. Nail that flat 7 to come down to lower to half step. You know, there's the other half step relationship between 1s and 4s. It's not just that major 3rd down a half step to the 4's flat 7. It's also the 1 chord's flat 7 to the 4 chord's 3, and then just play the good old 4 to set up that situation I've been talking about, the 4 to the 3. In this case, we're coming up with the flat 3. Flat 3 to 4, and then come back and slur into the 3rd. This is another nice way to do it. And then just simply nail the D7 with its root. All right, let's go into the second solo, where we're going to change things up completely.